This is Sony's latest addition to its compact system camera range, the 16.1 million pixel NEX6, and it sits between the NEX7 and the NEX5R in the lineup. Like the 5R, the big news for the NEX6 is that it has Wi-Fi technology built in, and it can use apps downloaded from Sony's Play Memory service to add extra functionality. This isn't working just yet, so we'll take a look at this at a later date and focus on the rest of the camera in this review. The first thing you notice when you pick up the camera is that it feels nice and solid, and the deep angular grip has a textured coating that provides good purchase, so the camera feels safe and comfortable in your hand. It's also light enough to carry in your hand for long periods of time rather than on a strap. On the top of the camera you'll notice a mode dial that allows you to switch quickly between exposure modes. There's no lock on this, but it's stiff enough to make it unlikely that it'll be knocked out of position. Underneath the mode dial is another dial that's used for adjusting settings. This falls conveniently within the reach of your right thumb, and it's easy to operate quickly. Its click stops also mean it's easy to tell when you've made a setting change, and the dial feels well made. I like the two-tiered arrangement of the dials, but some may dislike the fact that their thumb rubs on the mode dial as they use the control dial underneath. Just to the side of the mode dial you'll notice there's a small pop-up flash, which is useful for providing extra illumination and fill-in light. If you need more light, there's a hot shoe to slip on an external flash gun. Check out that hot shoe shape. It's the more standard unit, not Sony's usual proprietary fit, so it should be possible to fit third-party flash guns on the NEX6. The viewfinder is another nice inclusion. Naturally, this is an electronic device rather than an optical viewfinder, but it has 2,359,000 dots, and it provides a detailed view. Unlike an optical finder, it also enables you to assess the impact of key settings such as exposure and white balance. One issue I've noticed with this EVF is that it doesn't always match the main LCD screen for colour saturation. Conveniently, there's a sensor just to the side of the EVF that detects when the camera is held to the eye, and it turns the LCD off and activates the viewfinder. This little dial adjusts the EVF diopter setting so that you can tailor it to your eyesight. As usual, images can also be composed in the 3-inch LCD screen. This is a tilting unit, but the range of movement is fairly restricted in comparison with the NEX5R. It doesn't tilt right up over the camera, so it's no help with self-portraits. But there is an app to allow you to use your smartphone as a remote viewfinder. The good news is that the screen provides a really clear view, and when its brightness is turned up or the screen is set to its sunny weather setting, it's even possible to use it in direct sunlight. At least in British October sunlight it is. However, this setting also boosts the local contrast and saturation, in fact to the point that we had to check that we didn't have one of the picture effects activated. There's a lot to like about this camera, but its startup time is a little disappointing.